break between the qualifiers and the actual main event.
To book flights, if anything,
yeah,
right?
exactly. And like check stuff. For example, small side story. On Saturday of the qualifier, basically, or like of the Leenock's day of the qualifier, he told me he didn't have a passport.
No.
Yeah.
Wait, he's never...
I went completely bananas. And he said, yeah, we'll only take 2 days.
Well, that's true. I once lost my passport while I was in Korea after a night of too heavy drinking. Either I got robbed or I lost it in the snow. And we were like rolling around. You know how it was in the Four Kings. Anyway, I had to stay in Korea for a bit longer. I had to delay my flights because requesting a new emergency passport. It was pretty simple, actually. Though they did lecture me and say, you know, this is not like ordering a sandwich, you know. Yeah, like I've been lectured, but yeah, it was not too difficult. Still, that must have given you some anxiety.
Yeah, it's like he could have saved me at least like 1.5 heart attacks if he just had a passport before. And like on the day of the qualifier, telling me, by the way, I don't have a passport, but it will work.
Is that okay?
It will work out.
Damn.
That was ugly. But yeah, I put the trust in him. He organized everything. And now he's here. Won the first set. And Beastyqt and VortiX are hoping to join him.
If whoever makes it here has a chance of meeting Leenock in tomorrow's
Winners match.
Winners match of the Swiss round. Very interesting system. You'll constantly... It's kind of like the ladder matchmaking personified in a group stage in a professional tournament curated setting. If you win more, you can meet other people that won more, and vice versa with the losses. But let's talk about the sieves that we see here. It's game number 4 of the second best of 5 of the first day of N4C, a $100,000 tournament, the very first offline tournament for Age of Empires 4. We're also happy to be here. And VortiX went with the French on Hill and Dale. He's playing as blue on the east side of the map, and Beastyqt as the red. I know it's a bit confusing, but we don't know where they're going to spawn. He's in red, Holy Roman Empire, here on the west side. We're going to see how they're going to play things out, Neely.
Indeed, we will. And obviously, Holy Roman Empire, the main civilization that we have often seen. And Hill and Dale, our observer, actually had quite a headache. And he said it took him a solid 2 hours to find 20 suitable maps for Hill and Dale. I told him, prepare some maps, because obviously Age of Empires generates with random maps, but we are trying to pre-select them. So we had the observer looking at them, I looked at some, we had Drongo looking over them to see how are relic spawnings, how are woodline spawning, and as you can see, we feel it's kind of a T-shaped relic there, and that kind of felt like very reasonable, maybe a bit more wood towards our player in the red, so then it's kind of even in that sense. And yeah, pretty beautiful stuff. And we have to look so closely at relics because Holy Roman Empire love to get relics. They could potentially get a relic into their Regnus Cathedral, their landmark aging up to Castle Age, and typically a relic gives 100 gold, but in a Regnus Cathedral, 300 gold.
So nice. They can only put 2 in it. They can put 3 in it, yes. They can only put 3 in it, and then if you have a 4th or a 5th, you can put it in an outpost, you can put it in a keep. But when does Holy Roman Empire ever get that many? Probably. They've already won the game when they have that many. The tipping point is whether you get 1 or 2. If you have 1, pretty solid, worth the landmark, it's good, but it's not a win condition. Once Holy Roman Empire gets 2, and let's say within the first 12 minutes of the game, they're generally said to be in a good position. And 3 is almost a win condition unless you die within the next minute or so. So that's going to be the job of VortiX here in the blue on the right side, to try and put so much feudal aggression to keep Beastyqt away from those relics in one way or another.
Yeah, we see actually a professional scout play here by VortiX. So that's going to be interesting. Oh, that scout is really ambitious next to the town center. Okay. Fires another angle, and this won't be the craziest aggression, but scouts are harassing quite a bit barracks to deal with that aggression. And French so much liked on this map because they have a strong feudal age, they have the mobility, and could do really well in denying those relics for HRE.
Well, let's see how that works out. VortiX does not get to have his gold and woodline in the same place for the Aachen Chapel, but he's gotten as much gold as he can for now. Sorry, Beastyqt. Beastyqt, of course. Yeah, it's the orientation. Beastyqt doesn't have his Aachen in the very best place possible, but he's gotten a bit of gold. He's got 306 in the bank. It's interesting to see whether he had like a specific purpose for that gold, or if it was just kind of steadily plodding onwards to an eventual Castle Age amount of 600. Does he have, I want wheelbarrow, or I want a blacksmith, or I just want to get to 600, but not so fast to the point where it's feast or famine, I've got no units. And I think it probably is that, where he wants some, just 4, and try to get to that point.
I'm a bit surprised that he didn't add a second prelate there. I don't think the Aachen Chapel will actually reach that gold.
No, it's not at all. But then again, you know, a prelate, 100 gold. It makes every villager worth 1.4 villagers. He's got 4 on gold. So he's going to get 1.6 extra villagers out of that prelate when it is at the gold. A prelate takes the production time of 1 villager. So 1 villager on gold extra would be a 5th. And the prelate is a 5th and another 4 out of 10th. It's not that good when you consider he costs 100 gold. It starts to really become worth it when you have, let's say, 6 villagers on a node. For 4, generally, it's not really worth sending a prelate for it. And I guess that would just delay him even more to a Castle Age. Right now, Beastyqt is working on walling every single side, trying to get his walls up. There's 3 openings, a tiny one in the front and 2 larger ones on the side. That's going to buy him time for Castle. It's a classic. How will VortiX deal with this?
That's the big question, right? Professional scouts are coming in, spearmen for the defense. We have to see some archers to deal with those, maybe early man-at-arms, but it just feels like, okay, they're not out on the map early enough. And you kind of have to camp the entrances now. I wouldn't even hate to see the French player send a villager out, maybe wall some areas, get some better control, maybe some outposts, maybe even add 1-2 scouts just to get more vision, because you want to keep your opponent at ideally 1 relic or even 0.
Do you think scouts are undermade in general?
Yes.
I think so too.
Especially on high view.
Yeah.
I think just having like 3-4 scouts sitting around with stealth forest around, heavily underused.
But nearly it's 70 food, I can't afford it. I have a stable that's idle. I can't afford 70 food for literal massive crucial information in a game of limited info in an RTS. Yeah. I think you're right, but we'll look back at this later and think like, shake my SMH. But scouts would be nice. 1 on the top side, 1 on the bottom. See if Beastyqt is
villager for chopping again. Villager for chopping again. Okay. But tower already set up there.
Yeah, there's the secondary wall and the tower. Okay.
Can he chop through there? Ooh, that's going to be tricky. Ooh,
oh yeah, he could.
Seems like 1, 2 trees. Oh, that's
Mordor.
Annoying.
Mordor found out that Helm's Deep has 1 weakness. The sewers. Damn you, Wormtongue. Damn you. And VortiX, he's trying to go through there. He needs, what, 3, 4 trees?
Yeah, looks like 3 to me. And love that Star Wars reference, obviously. And Villager trying to get through. Okay, goes for another tree. Okay, so maybe it's even a bit more. And look at that, resources looking pretty good for Beastyqt. It clicks up any second. On the other side, VortiX feels a bit all-inish. And Villager going back, you need to micro that one very carefully.
You say bit all-inish, carefully. VortiX would probably accept that and even take offense at your shyness. He's like, what do you mean, a bit? Of course I'm all in. I'm super all in. I'm going to try to stop those relics. The thing is, Beastyqt is working on that. His walls have sufficed so far. The question is, can he still get out, though? Can he get out there and actually pick up those relics? He's positioned well for it, but you and what army?
Is there an option? Yeah. No. I'll take the question back.
There is not a parity. Of what?
I tried to create a scenario where we only wall and actually think about getting Imperial Age. But I think your economy simply is too weak here for the Age area. I think you have to go for Army and Castle Age here. The big question is more, do you go Knights, do you go Men-at-Arms? And we see Triple Barracks, we get our answer.
Okay. He has to deal with the Archers and the Knights. So it's a mixture of Spearmen and Men-at-Arms. There's quite a lot of micro to be done for VortiX to deal with such a relatively brute force army. It's not something that easily pushes out and gets the relic. Depending on the micro and the awareness of VortiX, this could be... he sees the Castle Age now. This could take quite a while for Beastyqt actually to get any relics. And you see the positioning of the relics. Minimap. 3 towards the north half. 2 in the center point. bit more favorable towards VortiX. So VortiX knows this top side. This is the one that you could most easily get. And I'm going to protect it. I'm going to ram it. Look at his economy. VortiX's current resource stockpile is so clean, such a far cry from the Beastyqt game, which of course was way messier. He got harassed and all. But just really to drive home the point that he's trying to fight right here, right now. He's going all in. And he will be against, of course, veteran men-at-arms eventually. They're not there yet, but he'll be against it eventually, though without the support of the economy of any relics.
Yeah. And the investment of those prelates that already cost gold, so that's going to be interesting. Now we see the Castle Age upgrade for those men-at-arms. Another layer of walls. Look at that one, Beastyqt. He just loves those. So, well, I built a lot of walls in game 3 and that won me the game, but this time archers are around to deal with those villagers. Ram is now doing a really good job, and it doesn't look like Beastyqt has enough there. Will now pick up the first relic there at the bottom any second, but that's still a scary army.
Okay, one relic gets picked up. He goes for kind of a further one. We're at the 11-minute mark. Still a decent timing. He's going for a second relic, and he's got them uncontested. But the knights are coming in. 1, 2, 3, 4 villagers go down already.
30 military against 12 only. That's not enough, and that's even counting prelates that are not really fighting. If you look at the overlay, 2 relics, those are relics in hand, not relics dropped off in a monastery or any similar buildings. So the gold income is not there yet. And look at that, idle villagers force. That army's not very strong, Grubby.
No, not at all. And he's expertly focusing down the spearmen first. Is VortiX here. And he's killing those spearmen. Now he can start to engage into the men-at-arms. VortiX has found a really nice window here. The rams are coming in. Villagers are chasing. The prelate! The prelate! He's trying to bring home the holy relics. The holy artifact. He's being attacked. Oh, his last chance, I feel like.
Oh, it felt like indeed. 36 population against double of that. The relic won't go home. Everything, single unit is getting shot, getting out of there. And Beastyqt, quite some fighting spirit staying in this one. Now goes for some repair there with the barracks that took some damage against the ram. Ram still around going for the main town center. But the income, look at that. 0 food, a tickle of gold, a tickle of food.
Yeah. I mean, Beastyqt is poor.
Rewalled.
He's rewalling. Yeah, keeping out the reinforcements, it's good. But, oh God, reinforcements or VortiX? Am I right? No, I'm wrong. I can tell by your face. Let's move on. VortiX is looking to get the equalizer here, to get that 2-2 score. It could be our first one that goes all the way. He's at 70 pop against 37.
Uh-oh. Not the greatest protection of the second relic, actually. Look at that.
Where?
It's at the bottom.
Where is
it's
it?
over here.
Yeah.
Basically next to the between the barracks, we have the relic.
Oh,
and
yeah,
archers
yeah.
could have protected that.
Ah, yeah.
But Beastyqt gets that. And all of a sudden, remember, Grubby math, 7.5 villagers
Yeah.
worth of gold income per relic in a Regan's Cathedral. So all of a sudden, it's 50 villagers for Beastyqt against 47.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's true. Beastyqt, if he is mining and not forced to be in idle villager mode, and he's got relevant mining sources, he's actually having a better economy.
And an age ahead.
And an age ahead, that's true. The VortiX is working on that console age. He has branched off from the Feast or Famine, all in, balls to the wall army against, and he's now going for his own console age. That is interesting. This may prove to be a fateful or fruitful decision. Maybe he'll look back and say, no, I should have broken him. Or maybe he says that was the right call because it gave me a transition path. But never count out a Holy Roman Empire player that's got a bunch of relics. 2 in the bank already.
Yeah, so sweet for him. And look at that. Now even the repair really helping out. A lot of stuff is synergizing well. The only thing that we don't really use is the Aachen Chapel. Now the big question is, what amount of men-at-arms do we need to take a fight here? And the question is, like VortiX, if he's advanced to Castle Age, does he fall back? Does he try to take those upgrades and then fight? Or does he dive in? Uh-oh, he's going in for the raids. And army out of position. Now third relic coming home.
That's good questions. We don't know. And he's finally finding the Regnits. You know, it's not entirely inconceivable that those knights just attack the Reknits and try to reset it. It's not being defended.
All the villagers at the bottom. Look at the mini-map there.
Oh.
Fully expanding, and that's very likely that those villagers will be completely exposed. And look at that! The Royal Knights, they know there have to be some villagers.
There
Where
are
they?
none.
We want to kill villagers. None offered.
We were told there's some pillaging to be done here, but there are no villages. So if VortiX had made a Neely scout in the south side of the map, he would have been aware of the situation, but currently he does not know.
Ah, those Neely scouts could have won games.
I'm gonna make more Neely scouts. I feel collectively embarrassed for myself and every player that we played the game with 1 or 2 scouts.
Drop off.
Oh, hot drop off! But then we played the game with 1 or 2 scouts and never remake them.
Yeah.
Shame.
Yeah. Honestly, like, just think about it. Like, if you take one better fight, it's already worth it. If you would see one raid a bit earlier, if you save 1 archer in exchange, it's already even.
It's like those games where people are booming. They got 120 villagers, but no textiles. It's like, really? You couldn't save 1 villager and make that upgrade instead?
Yeah, sometimes we are cutting the wrong corners there.
True.
Also, really nice move there. We said Beastyqt really exposed at the bottom. Not anymore. Completely walling off there his small base. Now chasing this away. And 3 relics. And that's where you kind of said, this is kind of the winning condition for HRE.
Let that fester for 2 minutes, those 3 relics, and it starts to become the very comeback that, you know, the very strategy that you try to prevent with that early relic denial. VortiX is actually kind of running out of time. He is in Castle Age. I know, there's equality there. He's got a cool army composition. I see those archers. Hey, cool helmet on those archers. Those are veteran archers, yes. And there's knights. They're veterans as well. But it's that income. It's insane. Look at that, 900 gold per minute. He's not got a single villager on that. You add that up with everything else he's got, we're looking at 1,500 resources per minute for Beastyqt. What does VortiX have? Same thing. How can it be 60 against 37 villagers? It's those 21.5 villagers worth of gold income in the Reknit. So they've drawn even there the main strength that VortiX presently has. He's got the bigger army. He's got 32
crazy.
Population against 18, and it's worth more. So he has to leverage that right now.
And typically we say, okay, maybe the French player with their mobility, with their cavalry, can find different angles, can find different attacks, but not really an option. Everything is walled. You're kind of forced to push into the one direction where we have the 4 barracks and also have the advantage of constant emergency repair. I think he already repaired like 2,000 HP into that barrack.
Yeah, I think so too. You're right on that. Like, that barracks never fell. What? And those villagers, they're down there. They're not harassable. Now he's feeling confident enough. Not sure this is the right goal. Beastyqt goes in with his men-at-arms. Mostly just men-at-arms. No spearmen anymore. Those men-at-arms have heavy maces. They're doing +6 bonus damage to knights. Everyone remembers those YouTube videos by the testers. I believe it was Age of Noobs. Can men-at-arms beat knights? Yes, they can. They actually cost-efficiently beat knights. And they absorb archer shots real easy as well. We have 2 armor upgrades that puts them at 6. Those archers are doing 8 damage. 2 damage a pop. They have 155 health. How many shots is that to take them down? That's like 78 shots to take down a man-at-arms by an archer or something. That's insane.
Abaletiers now mixed in here as well to deal with those men-at-arms.
That helps a lot.
Indeed, extra damage there, and French love that. And look at that. That's an interesting. And that should not be knights. That's a weird scenario, right? Because knights are actually not good against Arbaletiers and knights. This has to be horsemen.
That's true. Knights still get countered by Arbaletier, even as they kind of counter Arbaletier back by their mobility and their general all-roundedness. Horsemen counter by type. They counter Arbaletier hard. Though they do have to contend with the melee armor that Arbaletier can get. But that's still not enough to give Arbaletier the advantage, because they don't have any bonus damage modifier into Horsemen. Would be cool to see VortiX just absolutely pump out 10, 20 Horsemen, veterancy, double armor upgrade. Could be good.
Yeah, well, let's see about that. And now we see also the speed upgrade there for the men-at-arms. Horsemen are flying in. Going to be tricky. Still 100 population for VortiX, 60 for Beastyqt. We mentioned multiple times how crazy good those relics are. And also something we didn't mention. military upgrades. We have 2 military upgrades for Beastyqt, only the armor against range units, and 6 military upgrade on the side of the French players. So his army, pretty well equipped.
Love that overlay that we can see these things. No one even has wheelbarrow. This upgrade has been collectively trending up in the entire Age of Empires 4 playing community. Everyone is coming up with fancy schmancy wheelbarrow builds. They don't have it, neither one of them. Would it be worth it economically? Yeah. Do they have the money for it? Yeah. Why are they not getting it? Mental taxation. If you've ever played RTS, you'll know what I'm talking about. You need to only look at your own games. Everyone has this. And he wants his own games. We've all been there. Easy to see it from this side, but that's the kind of game we've got here. And yeah, what an overlay. And VortiX, so many upgrades. He's got a big army still. He's transitioning. He's got a couple of artillery. Where's that horseman flood? We need the Rohirrim.
We have some there. Also like 4 stables. They make it 5 stables. Again, at the edge of the map, it just feels like so far away to scout those. But looks at that 50 population lead. 45 military against only 26. But that's actually pretty good counter units now charging in.
Horsemen coming in. Horsemen do not do well into Knights. Nice buffering there with the Knights by VortiX. Great body block. Even the Ram coming in and playing here. And a combined Archer fire from Archers and from the Arbaletier. And look how he's putting Arbaletier to the front. He's like, yeah, I know this is not the job of them, but they still have 6 melee armor instead of, what is it, 1, 2 that the Archers have. Great micro by VortiX. He's gunned down every single unit here. Even as new ones are coming in, this looks like a critical mass kind of army. VortiX, once again on the offensive, eager to equalize this series.
And we were in the scenario earlier. 35 military against 11 military. We had similar numbers, but somehow Beastyqt found the defense. And now he has even 3 more relics to aid that. So I think, yeah, that wasn't your greatest fight. But right now, a house is getting attacked. There is a mining camp getting attacked. He's still having time if it wasn't for the keep that I just saw.
Oh, I love that. I love that. Finally putting a pin in that and saying, this is actually my base. You were confused. I'm sorry about the confusion. We both spent a lot of time here.
You spawned here?
But you're wrong. And that's okay. You know, sometimes people are wrong and I'm right. But this is my base. And that's what VortiX is doing here. But you are right. In terms of the economy, it's crazy. But Beastyqt is gathering more resources every minute. So VortiX must do this. And finishing off a Holy Roman Empire player, it's one of the hardest things there is. Emergency repair and agnostic mining from the Ragnitz Cathedral. VortiX not only needs to put down this keep here.
Rams unprotected. We saw that before in the Abbasid game of VortiX. Oh, taking quite some damage. Remember those horsemen doing quite some damage against the Ram. 1 down.
Yeah, that looks like how I use my Rams. Not how you want to use them. He's going in by himself again.
Another cancellation of a keep. Tries to rebuild it again.
Please, VortiX!
This is the whole repeat of the game.
You keep doing this!
And on population leads. Oh god.
Maybe go for the marketplace first. That marketplace represents the usage of gold for Beastyqt to transform it to others. In fact, I'd go so far as to say that you should always find and kill the marketplace against relic endowed Holy Roman Empire players.
Yeah, absolutely. It is only 100 wood, but most of the time, if you are the big MarineLorD shot here, though, there's actually becoming a big fight if we see VortiX taking this one. But yeah, he has no real intention right now. Just finish the keep and then take another engagement. I think he should stop building range units. I think going mainly Knights is the way to go, no?
Yeah, you'll be faced off against Spears, of course, that can get +3 melee armor, which will beat Knights fairly handily. But I think Arbaletier are still fine. Definitely don't want to make Archers anymore. All the wood now must go towards siege weaponries. VortiX, I mean, whether he goes to Trebuchet, the Maginot, or the Springald route, something's got to give. He can't let this get to Palace of Swagia.
Swagia?
It's got swag, you know. It's pumping out villagers non-stop.
Okay, I like that one. Now we even saw a trap being added, trying to deal with that keep here at the front. Keep is researching Springald emplacement though, and that just finished. Let's take a look. MarineLorD now trying to take some shots from distance.
Bam.
Not the greatest amount of siege by VortiX now after his 2 Rams died.
You're starting to repair that Mangonel. And he's shooting, he's shooting at that keep. That's like 100 damage a pop or something. Not super familiar with how much health a keep has. 2,500, 5,000, something like that. I don't know. And the siege workshops are being made here. Once again, confirming this is indeed VortiX's base. But this is a slow roll, though. Like Beastyqt, he may be under pressure.
Oh, villager move.
Oh.
Oh, this could be so good.
Oh.
And those villagers are so exposed. And their way home is really long now as well. Villager overchop. Drum roll, Grubby. Let me in, let me in.
Chevalier!
Oh. This looks like Black Friday.
It's like, something's on discount and you're fighting for soft toys and you're hitting each other over the head with it because, the only way to show your love for your kids is to fight other adults over soft toys in stores.
For the same price like yesterday.
Big bang of those shots!
Oh god, there was so much going down, and all of a sudden population difference is only at 20. Now the trap will help out as well. Look at that, so much more control here, even out on the map. Beautiful moves. How does Beastyqt have the balls to decide that he feels a counter-attack is an option?
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, I guess like he checked at his watch. He's like, well, you've been here for 5 minutes. If you were serious, you would have asked me out already. I guess I'll just go explore other options. And he's sending his knights and horsemen. And that's the one thing VortiX has not had to do yet in this game, the entire game. Think defensively.
Yeah, always aggression, right? He had the Rams constant attack after attack. He actually didn't expand that much simply because he also did professional scouts, so the food basically came to him. Now farmed after behind this one, but now he's the one forced, and all of a sudden population is within the grab of Beastyqt to be equal.
This is crazy. Oh my god, a counterattack ill prepared is VortiX here in this situation. Now VortiX is like, all right, I'm not just taking your base. Oh, cool, that's the solo POV. Let's take a closer look at Beastyqt's perspective here. This is the madman trying to stage a comeback here. He might just be able to do it. Looking at his army, trying to get some micros in. Boop, pan back to the base. Are we still cool here? Yep, everything under control.
Next counter-attack even prepared, as we can see. And yeah, he is happy with that one. Has everything really clumped up. Look at that. Really happy with the trap. And that's something like that I admire so much from him. How patiently he's sitting there and how he has everything together. And he knows right now, it's my timer again. You need to make something happen. I have 3 relics at home and I'm HRE. Where's your attack?
And what Civ advantage is VortiX leveraging right now? He's got a keep, but no stables or archery range around it. He had fast villager production, and he's still in the lead there. In fact, enough in the lead to theoretically be economically advantageous. But that's not actually the case. Beastyqt has wheelbarrow. VortiX does not. Beastyqt has unmitigated gold production. VortiX has to find sources of supply. So the economy is similar, and Beastyqt is starting to get an army that he knows how to control all too well. A siege battle here. Nonetheless, the pressure is on. The town center has been partially denied. The Aachen Chapel has been partially denied. Now it's all about battle tactics, Neely.
Yeah.
Who gets a good engagement?
Well, it's the thing, like, you are the defender, you have triple mangle, masked, or 4 mangles, you have masked scorpions as well for the defense here. If the opponent is trying to attack into you, it's always going to be pretty for you. And that's why we see VortiX committing to so much there when it comes to the Springles. Also VortiX now walling a bit at home. Traps doing quite some nice damage. Whew, this is a big setup for a major fight. Both now above 40 military already. VortiX still no extra gold to come behind this one. Oh, did I just see some siege moving in here? Why?
Yeah,
what is this attack?
He's going for it. He's going for broke. Springald's now shooting at trebuchets and Springald. So far, he didn't get the jump on the trebuchets yet, but he's all too happy to move in. He's getting shots off. One trebuchet goes down. He's looking to alleviate some light pressure, bringing that trebuchet count down. Keep in mind, the more villagers you would have repairing a building, if that's what a Holy Roman Empire is going to do, the less it scales advantageously. There's a linear progression of resource spending in repairing, but there is a regressive relationship to how much HP you're getting per second. So you don't want to have to out-repair 3 trebuchets. It's too costly. Well, now he doesn't have to out-repair any. He just killed the final trebuchet here. big siege numbers here for Beastyqt, sponsored by that relic gold. But the knights are coming in, killing a mangonel, a springald, and more.
Oh, this is so good. Some sprinkled losses as well, but it's simply Beastyqt understanding the situation. If I buy time, that is good for me. And he's killed all of those traps, buys himself some time. Some knight suicided there, some miscontrol in the army, but he just knows, okay, that was really nice for me, and he's still doing pressure against that keep. If he's holding, that's good for him.
What happens when the keep goes down? Does VortiX have a fallback plan? Does he want to go to Imperial and get some of those Royal Culverins? Or is he saying it's castle or never?
It feels like castle never. It feels like... No, I think no matter how I answer this question, it feels wrong.
Yeah. That proves that our confidence for VortiX is already dropping here. Kind of a catch-22 again, same as last game. Go for the side, go for the main. Oh, nice dodge.
Ooh.
I think they mostly dodged it. I feel like some took some damage from it. You can actually take damage as you go inside sometimes, leading to the ghost villager situation that fires but does not exist, Schrodinger's villager. But yeah, that was a really quick reaction there by VortiX. He's still pumping out springalds. Yeah, okay. 2 springalds at a time.
Trap still sitting in the back as well. And now we see Landsknecht. Hello, some land snakes by our HRE player. We now see more Albertiers chivalry flying in as well. The big question though, if this one is raided, where's actually the next wood line for Beastyqt?
Oh,
maybe the observer can look at that. Let's try to find woodlines, because you normally only... no. Let's next accessible woodlines. No.
Ooh.
Beastyqt is on the timer, actually. Beastyqt is on the timer, Grubby.
So, yeah.
Plot twist.
Plot twist. The table's turn. Beastyqt, he must be buying wood then. But he's getting 900 wood per minute.
Oh, and he just checked.
Oh,
VortiX just checked
the
there with
illusion
his
of due diligence, but no Neely Scout here.
Honestly, that's what I said, right? Put a Neely Scout at each entrance, and the bottom part would not have happened. The top part wouldn't happen now.
Yep, just be perfect and see everything.
How am I that smart?
Big mangonel shots here on the archer ball of VortiX. His crossbows, his artillery, his archers, they're running away. Mangonel's closing the gap, they're getting a shot off. These are homing missiles. Bam, bam, bam-a-lam. Another 10 fall here. The keep goes down. VortiX is being driven out, flushed out of the base that Beastyqt is finally reclaiming. He needs to get his wood line back in order. He's out of wood, he's got the gold. But can you imagine the wood prices at this time?
Oh, they have to be pretty damn high. I think you can actually... No, you can't click the... Oh yeah, you can hover over it.
As observer?
Yeah.
Shall we hover over it?
Maybe we find a market for our HRE player and try to go for that. Now the big question, does our observer have a hotkey prepared for the market? And he probably said no and wants to go to fight because he doesn't want to look stupid on stream looking at the base and trying to find a market. No. Something funny is still happening though. We have 3 relics in the Regnitz Cathedral, right?
He doesn't know where the market is.
Oh, next one.
Oh, yeah.
And now we
How
have
much
to,
is the wood?
We
Can we
have
hover
to
over the D?
over the D, yeah.
Hover
And
over the D. What? He didn't buy any wood? Or Ops doesn't show. But I think it does.
I think it does.
Okay, so Beastyqt needs to buy wood or food. Wait, can we see the food? S?
No. Okay, then keep your secrets to yourself.
But look at Beasty's back. Frodo smile. But he has a lot of gold. So I really think he hasn't been trading as much as he could. But back to the situation here. I see a Ride of the Valkyries here, but instead it's trebuchets. We've got all these wall setups on the perimeters. Beastyqt finally gets breathing space. He gets villager counts. He gets out of his base, able to reclaim his wood lines, the sacred wood lines. And I mean, what's VortiX gonna do?
Oh no.
What are you gonna do? Villager rush? VortiX is like, see?
Hold my hands. That's like 3 mangonels. What is happening here?
¿Por qué?
What? Why is he going for the stone there?
He wants keeps.
But he has more stone close by to his starting base.
But
oh no. Oh no.
What is this, VortiX?
Oh no.
Explain yourself.
And it's still Beastyqt population lead. income lead. He can sit back. You see his army. Like, he has no real intention to move out. He knows if this game goes long, actually pretty good.
Pretty good. He's getting his textiles upgrade. In comes the keep again. There's a deja vu I saw before. We've got Mangonels, Knights, and Men-at-Arms coming out here. Beastyqt is diversifying his army.
Good.
A lot of Springles, a lot of Mangonels. Can they get in range?
Villagers just running into their death. That's not really a thing. Mangonels are doing such a good job. Villagers at the top, now they're retreating. And, oh, got everything pushed back. VortiX had an idea, but Beastyqt clapped it back.
Yeah, he clapped him back big time. VortiX was moving in on villagers with his villagers like it was an all-in, but he's still in the game. He's still in the game. He pulled back with the villagers, thought, hey, that doesn't work out. We'll never know exactly what his plan was. But damn, a nice hold there by Beastyqt. Obviously, Mangonels did pretty well to villagers.
And it was the tide choke as well, right? He had the double palisade walls there. They're so good. Just set them up, and then if the opponent is like funneled into the small opening, those Mangonels become so much better. Something that I wanted to say, but I don't want to be that guy. French have cheaper economy upgrades. How can we have a 36-minute game and just finish or just started the second eco upgrade?
Unacceptable. No broad access, no horticulture, no mining picks, no wheelbarrow. I think it's very much a frame of mind kind of thing. VortiX, he said, if I'm going all in, I don't need this. If I need to be aggressive and if I want to peek out in the next 3 minutes, I don't need this. But he didn't know it went 4, 5, 6, and now we're at 36 minutes. It would have been good retroactively, but let's not forget, in fairness, 12 minutes into the game, VortiX had less than 100 resource of all 4 categories. That's not easy to do. Back then, I would say it was valid. Maybe at 15 minutes it was valid, but there was a moment somewhere, and he missed that moment.
Yeah. It's a bit like if you are waiting for something, and you feel like, do I want to go check? And you feel like, nah, not really. And then like, but now, no, but I already waited so long.
It's like you've been walking around Copenhagen for a while and like you didn't want to ask the way. You think you're lost, but like asking someone would be like admitting a mistake. If you double back, you've wasted time and now you're just doubling down, but you know it's wrong because it's raining and you're still not making it to dinner on time. You know that feeling?
No.
Yeah, it happens.
I'm German, I'm always on time.
Oh, damn. Then you probably noticed I was 5 minutes late this morning too, didn't you?
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
I said 12 sharp.
Yeah.
I'll just cut it from your caster salary.
Yeah, no problem. No problem at all. Awkward silence, not casting anymore.
Grubby calculating. Oh god, I spent all day calculating villager costs and efficiency. How's my salary
5 minutes? How many hours am I here? No, we cool. VortiX is also cool. He made it to Imperial Age. He's got a red palace. But a red palace is a building, and what are trebuchets good at?
Killing buildings.
That's true, nearly.
Yeah.
That is true, and there's a lot of Mangonels and Springles there to back this up.
But Sprinkles for the defense now and Springled range. So the moment we see VortiX getting to like 6 himself, that could actually be a really good option as a defense there. But big if, and then still like, this is where Beastyqt shines so much. And that's what I mentioned in the last cast we did together. If I watch a Beastyqt game, if it's on his stream, and he's minute 10, I tune back, cook, order something from HelloFresh, and cook the whole meal and be done before he even moves out of his base.
Yeah, that's true. And even though HelloFresh meals are very convenient, tasty, healthy, with fresh ingredients, easily prepared alongside with the recipe, and they're so tasty you wouldn't want to take long in eating them, even though that is all so convenient and fast, nonetheless, you would still not have the game finished when you get back. That's sick.
Feels Beastyqt, man. And now he's the one still having the full Springled control. And we know how good he is at controlling this one. Now tries to wrap around, but not really going to happen against what looks like 6 Mangonels. They're trying to go for a counter-attack there. Not really an option. And it just feels like Beastyqt is 100% in his comfort zone here. Mass siege, relic advantage. He knows, like, he enjoys every single additional second so much.
Yeah, exactly. He would, if he if this game wasn't very busy, he would put his hands pointed at the monitor and say, like, I love this. I love every second of this. And unfortunately for him, it's over. But fortunately for him, it's over with a victory. Beastyqt gets the victory. 3-1 in the second best of 5 of the day. Well done.